Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Venerable Sangha, ladies and gentlemen, welcome all of our dear audiences to the weekly news digest in English of PSL TV channel. The headlines of our week's newsreel include: Đồng Nai meditation sect Trúc Lâm Zen commented on birthday celebration of Venerable Thích Thanh Từ by Dharma Master of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha at THÁNG Monastery. Laos, Vietnam. The delegation of Lao Front of National Construction visited Vietnam Buddhist Sangha headquarters in their walking mission. Cambodia. Venerable Thích Bủ Chánh sermon at Phước Thiền Pagoda in Phravan Province. Japan. Ulaanbaatar filial piety celebrated remarkably at Đại Nam Pagoda, Himeji. France. Cozy Ulaanbaatar celebrated by Vietnamese community at Nam Hải Phoda Pagoda. Thanh Hóa. Buddhist Charity Board of Ho Chi Minh City continually offers 500 gift portions to natural disaster-affected people in Mường Lát district. On the morning of August 17, 2019, from 7 to 17 lunar calendar year, at THÁNG Monastery, Long Thanh District, Đồng Nai Province, Buddhist monks and nuns, Buddhists of Trúc Lâm Zen Monastery, respectfully celebrated the birthday of Venerable Thích Thanh Từ by Dharma Master of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha.
In the solemn and respectful atmosphere, Venerable Thích Nhật Quan, standing member of Administration Council, head of the Buddhist Sangha of Đồng Nai Province, the abbot of THÁNG Monastery represented the monks and nuns to give a speak about the study of monks and nuns during the 3 months of Ren retreat, and at the same time encouraged them to make more efforts to study more to have the satisfactory result in the diligent hermit practice. The ceremony took place in the modest procedure, filled with the love of the religion. In turn, representatives of monks and nuns of the North Central Highlands and the South also offered the white and the sacred words to the Venerable Master. The host masses were happy to witness the good health and intelligence of Venerable Dharma Master.
On August 20, 2019, the Central Committee of Laos Front for National Construction, headed by Associate Dr. Som Kin Sada, the Vice Chairman of Laos Front for National Construction, visited the headquarters of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, number 73, Quang Sư Street, Hanoi, and carried out their walking mission under the cooperation agreement with Government Committee for Religious Affairs, which had been signed on Religious Affairs in 2014.
Welcoming the delegation, Venerable Thích Thanh Nhiêu, standing Vice Chairman of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, headed the Vietnamese side with all the reverence, namely Venerable Thích Thanh Điển, Deputy General Secretary of Secretariat, Head of Central Office of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, Venerable Thích Thanh Đạt, Central Secretary of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, Most Venerable Thích Thanh Huân, standing member of Central Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, and Reverend monks and nuns of Central Office No. 1 of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha. Venerable Thích Thanh Nhiêu expressed his thanks to Lao leaders and people. The Venerable referred the long-standing special friendship between the two countries since Ho Chi Minh presidency to renovation period. In 2018, with the support from Lao government, the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha successfully organized the Alliance of Buddhists in Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam in Laos. In the coming time, the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha will dispatch a delegation consisting of the Culture Section, the Ritual Section, and the International Relations Section to conduct a convey into Vietnamese pagodas in Laos, so that in this October, a conference will be held in Laos. The Venerable wished the delegation good results during their visit and mission in Vietnam. The Venerable introduced the organizational structure of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, which was established in 1981 and consolidated through 8 congresses. Now the whole country has 63 provincial administration boards in 63 provinces, and 18,500 pagodas, and 590,000 monks and nuns. The education and training system consists of many Buddhist intermediate schools in the provinces and 4 Buddhist practitioners academy monasteries in Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, Cần Thơ, and Huế, currently providing training courses for master and doctor degrees. In the future, it's expected that Lao-Tian monks and nuns would come to Vietnam for their in-depth studies and researches. On this occasion, the delegation will visit Tam Chu Pagoda, where the Union Buddha Birthday Festival 2019 has been successfully celebrated. Mr. Som Ok Kin Sada also expressed his feeling of close relationship between the two countries, especially the Laos-Vietnam religion, which have been closely attacked for a long time and has the same ideal. He was often interested in Buddhist activities of monks and nuns, Vietnamese Buddhists, and visited Vietnamese pagodas in Laos, such as Phật Tích and Bằng Long, located in Vientiane. He also appreciated the skilled workmanship of construction workers, cultural and economic activities of Vietnamese people. He would create all conditions for the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha and the upcoming October conference to succeed. Regarding the training of Buddhist talents, Laos Buddhism has sent the monks and nuns to India, Sri Lanka, Thailand for study abroad because Laos does not have a university training system. Hopefully, Lao Buddhist monks and nuns would have the opportunity to study abroad in Vietnam Buddhist Sangha study system in the future. At the end of the intimate meeting, the two sides exchanged anniversary gifts in the atmosphere of Pacific friendship.
On the morning of August 16, 2019, on July 16 of lunar year, at the Buddhist Cultural Center in Hà Tĩnh Province, Hodo Commune, Lục Hà District, Hà Tĩnh Province, the Lambana Filial Piety was solemnly held for its annual celebration of Buddha calendar 2563 solar calendar 2019.
In the witness of the ceremony, there were Venerable THÁNG Nguyen, Vice Chairman of the Administration Council, Head of Dharma Enactment Section, Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, Head of Administration Board of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in Hà Tĩnh Province, and reverends, monks and nuns, and numerous people of good faith. Opening the ceremony, the Most Venerable THÁNG Nguyen, on behalf of the Standing Section of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in Hà Tĩnh Province, trustworthily conveyed the complimentary wishes to the religious people. The Most Venerable reminded of the day of Yulvana, filial piety, as a day to remember the parents' Thanksgiving, besides expressing gratitude to the preachers of the Vasa season by Buddha calendar 2563, which had just been accomplished. The Most Venerable also wished the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha of Hà Tĩnh Province to have achieved one more year of age to the grace of virtual and intellectual growth, to which to administer and develop the provincial Buddhist Sangha stronger and further. In the next part of the program, there was a special variety show from the singers, artists, and art performers of extremely respectful flower offering of the younger Buddhist followers. At the end of the ceremony, the Most Venerable, together with the reverend monks and nuns, and the masses performed solemnly the ritual of offering incense to the Buddha and chanting the meaningful praise of Yulvana filial piety, in worships for the supernatural powers of the superhuman, for their current father and mother to live happily in their longevity.
In response to the invitation of Venerable THÁNG and the airport of Phước Thiền Pagoda in Prey Khai Con Commune, Phim Pro District, Braven Province, Cambodia, on August 19, 2019, Venerable THÁNG Chánh, standing member of the Administration Council, Vice Chairman of Dharma Enactment Section, Deputy Head of International Buddhism Section of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, attended the Lambana Filial Piety ceremony and sermon for the Vietnamese community living here.
At the ceremony, Venerable Master Preacher had words to praise the Buddhism-oriented propensity of the Venerable Abbat and the overseas Vietnamese Buddhists. On the occasion, the Venerable Master Preacher also talked about the merit and the righteous way of proclaiming the filial piety. In addition, Venerable THÁNG Chen also instructed Buddhists how to take time to practice, maintain, and promote the Dharma in Cambodia, to preserve the Vietnamese cultural tradition, drink water but remember the source. On this occasion, the Venerable Master Preacher instructed the monks and nuns in the accompanying delegation to offer 250 charity gift portions to people suffering from difficult circumstances in Phim Ro Commune, Prinh Vinh Province. Each gift portion is worth 500,000 Vietnam dong. During the time, Venerable Master also led the delegation to visit and pay homage to the Cambodian prelate, THÁNG Vuong, in the capital of Phnom Penh, as well as visits to Hoang Phat Pagoda, Cambodia.
On the morning of August 18, 2019, July 18 by lunar calendar, in Dainam Pagoda, Himeji City, Japan, the Umlambana Filial Piety of Buddha Calendar 2563, Solar Calendar 2019, was solemnly held for overseas Vietnamese Buddhist residents in the city.
Attending and presiding over the ceremony, it was Most Venerable THÁNG Nguyen, Deputy Director of the Overseas Buddhist Guidance Section, Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, Most Venerable Thanh Nguyen Pho, Abbot of Hoa Lak Pagoda in Kobe City, Dainam Pagoda in Himeji City, and monks and nuns who are studying and working in Japan. A large number of expatriates of Vietnamese Buddhists and neighboring Japanese families also attended the celebration. At the ceremony, Most Venerable THÁNG Nguyen wished good blessings during Yulabana, filial piety season, to the monks and nuns and Vietnamese overseas Buddhists in Japan. The Most Venerable also shared the concern of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha over the overseas Vietnamese Buddhists through giving the assignment to the specialized section for Dharma practice and enactment. On this occasion, the Buddhists also expressed their sincerity and offered their best wishes of friendship to the monks and nuns, grateful to the Abbot and the Sangha students who have spent a lot of time to guide and help establish the ashram, build the original base for Vietnamese pagodas. The ceremony took place in a space filled with nostalgia for the father's mother's love perceived by Vietnamese people living far away from their motherland.
Nam Hai Pho Da Pagoda is located about 5 kilometers from Namur Municipal City. It was constructed by Vietnamese Buddhists in Nouvelle-Calédonie, France, who raised funds and made contributions to buy the land and build it in 1997. This is a place to aggregate, practice, and spiritualize Buddhism of overseas Vietnamese. On the morning of August 18, 2019, on July 18 lunar year, the Nam Hai Pho Da Pagoda in Nouvelle-Calédonie, France, solemnly held the Umlambana Filial Piety of Buddha Calendar 2563, Solar Calendar 2019.
In the witness of celebration, there were Venerable Thích Minh Quang, Member of Administration Council, Vice Chairman and the Chief of the Secretary of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in Ninh Bình Province, Miss Sonia Lagadi Meyer of Nome, Nouvelle Calédonie, Miss Christine Serigen Verger, Advisor of Southern Nouvelle Calédonie, Mr. Nguyễn Bá Vinh Pierre, Vice Chairman and Founding Member of Vietnam Friendship Association in Nouvelle Calédonie, Mr. Đinh Ngọc Riệm Viên Pierre, Honorary Consul of Vietnam at Nouvelle Calédonie, Miss Yang Kim Thanh, Buddhist Morika Thamin, Chairwoman of Nouvelle Calédonie Buddhist Association, and more than 200 Vietnamese Buddhists at attendees at Nouvelle Calédonie. This is a valuable humanitarian and moral activity of the Vietnamese community in Nouvelle Calédonie, demonstrating the tradition of drink water but remember the source, and remind generations of children and grandchildren to remember their parents' virtue in giving birth, nurturing and educating through many generations back to their grandparents and ancestors. The ceremony took place in a solemn, reverent and moving atmosphere.
On the morning of August 21st, 2019, on the 21st of July by lunar calendar, the Charity Board of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, Ho Chi Minh City, came to Mường Lai District, Thanh Hóa Province, to give 500 alms gift portions to people who were damaged by the recent Typhoon number 3. The total value of charity in 2 days is about 1.5 billion Vietnam dong.
The charity team of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, led by Venerable Thích Thanh Phong, standing member of the administration board, head of the Central Economic and Financial Section of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, head of the Ho Chi Minh City Buddhist Social Affairs Section, taking a team leader role. together with the team members of Mrs. Mai Thi-han, the First Lady of former government President Chung Tung-sang, who had mobilized corporations, companies, banks, and benefactors to hand out meaningful gifts to the poor people in Thanh province, suffering from flash flood. The charity team went to Nhi Sung Commune and Shumli Commune, Mương Lek District, to give 500 gifts, including necessities and cash. Each portion was worth 1 million Vietnam dong. Here, the delegation visited two families whose relatives were dead and missing in the storm and gave each household 10 million Vietnam dong. Venerable Thich Thanh Phong lit incense to pray for the souls of the dead people and encouraged the families to overcome the current difficulties. Most Venerable Thich Tam Dinh, member of Supervisory Board of Central Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, Deputy Chief of the Secretary of Administration Board of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in Thanh Hoa, and Mrs. Lê Thị Huynh, Vice Chairman of Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee of Thanh Hoa Province, conveyed their thanks to the venerable leader and the other members of the charity team, who had joint effort with the local authority to overcome the consequences after the typhoon. The voluntary charity trip in Thanh Hoa Province of Ho Chi Minh City Charity Board has accomplished well.
Venerable Sangha, ladies and gentlemen, the last new headline of the weekly newsreel. Thank you for your attention and following. Wishing you on a new week with much happiness. Goodbye and see you in the next program on PSO TV channel again. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha.